Name. That was great, Wellesley. Thank you very much. It is Sunday, yes. Well, it's in me trouble name. Anyway, if you grab your Bibles, if you're near a Bible, it will also be up on the screen as well. And turn to page 60 in your Bibles. Moses answered, "What if they if they do not believe me or listen to me and say, 'The Lord didn't appear to you'?" Then the Lord said to him, "What is that in your hand?" "A staff," he replied. The Lord said, "Throw it on the ground." Moses threw it on the ground, and it became a snake, and he ran from it. Then the Lord said to him, "Reach out your hand and take it by the tail." So Moses reached out, took hold of the snake, and it turned back into a staff in his hand. "This," said the Lord, "is so that they may believe that the Lord, the God of their fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, has appeared to you." So, we're halfway through the story of the call of Moses. He started off being in a basket. He was saved by the Pharaoh's daughter. He killed somebody he can't kill somebody by, well, you can kill somebody by accident. In his anger, he took it out on this Egyptian slave runner, and so he disappeared into the desert. And for years ended up looking after sheep. And this is where we find him. He is working in the desert, looking after sheep, and one day, right in front of him, he finds a bush that's on fire and not burning. And as it says on the previous page in Exodus chapter 3, Moses saw that the bush was on fire and it did not burn up. So Moses thought, "I will go over and see this strange sight, why the bush does not burn up." Now that's a very long translation of Hebrew, which if you take it literally goes, "What the heck's going on over there?" That's the literal Hebrew translation. But it kind of long and verbose way of doing it is, "Oh, look, I must go over and see why this bush does not burn up." And suddenly the voice comes from the inside of this bush and calls Moses to do a job. And here we find him doubting himself, wondering who this God is. He asks for his name, and he tells him this amazing Hebrew name. And we're going to learn about that next week from our visiting preacher called Bob. But we suddenly find that Moses answered, "What if they don't believe me?" He was doubting himself. He's doubting the call on his life. And God says to him, "Okay, what's in your hand?" And Moses replied, "A staff." Now, the thing is, you're mentally picturing Ian McKellen in a Gandalf outfit, aren't you? A big, wizardy guy with a big beard and a staff. Now, the thing is, we translate the Hebrew word, matas, we translate it as staff, but it equally can be translated rod. It can equally be translated stick. It can equally be translated branch. Okay? So we get a broad stroke of an idea between a staff and twig. Okay? And somewhere in there is the truth. But what we're going to look at today is this idea that God can take sticks. And he says, "Throw it on the ground." And he throws it on the ground. And it turns into a snake. And actually, the biblical response to seeing a snake is screaming and running. You are not normal if you're not biblical if you have a snake as a pet. You heard it here first. If you have a snake as a pet and you're not running from it, says it here. Okay, now, and then God says, "Pick it up by the tail." Yeah, great move. So we have this incredible call on his life. But it's a stick. All Moses has is a stick. He's got all these doubts. He's got all these kind of questions about who God is, and then actually doubts about himself. That some of the commentators think the description of Moses saying he's slow of mouth is that he has a stutter. How can you lead people with a stutter, he's thinking. And what have you got in your hand? It's got this stick. I've just got a stick. But God can use a stick. What we're going to do, I need some help again, actually. Can anybody who helped earlier come on up? And we need to hand out a load of different things. Now, where are the helpers from earlier? Oh, you can help me, John. That'd be good. Can you make sure people get a pen? All right. Make sure everybody gets a pen each. Okay. Sheena, Vanna, come here a minute. Now, you guys need to make sure that everybody in the whole room has 2 sticks each. Okay? You take those. You take a few. Everybody has 2 sticks. Now, you want to have pens? Well, you go and get some from John if you want to have pens. You already have? Oh, crumbs, I'm throwing them on the floor here. Okay, make sure everybody has 2 sticks. There you go. There we go. That's good. Sheffield United supporter bowing down. That's always good. There we go. And you make sure everybody has... I can give you a few more. You can get... Oh, you've ran off. There we go. You got some more? Make sure everybody has 2 sticks. You not got 2 sticks? You got 2 sticks. Tell you what, you take those. You make sure everybody has 2 sticks. Okay, if you've got 2 sticks, that's good. If you haven't got 2 sticks, put your hands up. It's been a busy half term. We've got some people on the sound desk, some over here, and there's 2 at the back, there's some at the back. Keep going. Make sure everybody's got 2 sticks. You got some, oh, wait a minute, we've got 1 left over here. There you go, there's 1. Oh, there we go, there's 1. That's excellent. How are we doing? We've got some sticks still going around. Is there some people need more sticks? We've got 2 there. Oh, thank you. Right, has everybody got 2 sticks? Have you got 2 sticks? Oh, there's some over here still. Have we run out? No. There's some more. There we go. Take. Excellent. Then they go one more, just 1 more over there. That's brilliant. Now, most people have got 2 sticks, okay? Now, go and grab a seat, grab a seat. Now, what I need you to do is to do a couple of things. Now, the Hebrew word is matas, okay? You guys have a stick in your life. Everybody's got one. Everybody's got a stick in their life that they know about. That it makes sense to you. You've got 2 sticks. We're going to oh, it's for somebody else. Oh, there we go. And you've got a stick in your life that makes sense to you. It's simple. It seems like everybody else looks at you, how do you do that? And it might be something like listening. It might be something like caring. It might be praying. It's a gift that you have that God has given for you that you don't see as massively incredible at all. But it's something that God has given you. Something that God has given you to do in your life. A gift from God. Now, what I need you to do is to either colour in, draw, or write on both of those sticks what that gift is. What that gift is in your life. With Moses, it was speaking and leading. Write it on the stick. Write it on both of them. So just take a minute or so just to think about what that gift is. To you, it's just simple. Isn't what everybody does? Thank you, John. There you go. Just grab a seat. Thank you. Write it down on the stick what your gift is. It will be something really, really simple. It will be something that just makes sense to you. It's almost as if it's like breathing itself. That will be what you write on that stick. Write it on both of them. Once you've done that, what we're going to do in our final song is we're going to pass a plate around. We're not going to expect you to money in it. Don't panic. What we need you to do is to put one of those sticks in that plate. In the same way that Moses had to let go of his, we want you to let go of that gift. And we want God to change it for you. So put it in that plate and give that gift back to God. And the one you hold on to, I want you to have it as a bookmark and a reminder for as long as you have it in your hand and in your possession and you know where it is. It's a reminder that this is a gift from God for you to use, not to hide. The story of Moses is actually a story of somebody who just ran away from God and hid. But God used the stick in his hand to lead his people out of the nation of Egypt. Interesting enough, it's the same stick that later on in the story he raised above his head and parted the Red Sea. It's the same stick that he had in his hand that he struck a rock with that water came from. This is the stick, just that thing that you have in your hand that you're going to give back to God today. So what we're going to do is get the band to come on back up. And we're going to have one more song, during which we're going to stand and we're going to pass around a plate like it's a little collection. And I want you to put, if you're happy, that gift back to God. And keep that one somewhere special, the one you're going to keep, as a reminder that actually you're going to use this gift like Moses did. Let's stand.